Hey, this your girl Queen Lachey. Make sure you hit that button, like, subscribe, and get notified.
It's no secret that we're experiencing one of the worst periods of violent crime in our city's history.
The crime numbers are dizzying. The increase in shooting statistics are historic.
Our number of shooting victims are up 33% over the same time last year. And to date, there have been 1,289 shooting victims. 123 of these shooting victims are juveniles, 17 years of age or under.
Just last week, the city hit the grim milestone of 300 homicides so far this year, 309 as of this crime briefing on Wednesday afternoon, with a triple shooting involving teenagers resulting in a double homicide just before the update began.
I called the rise in gun violence a public health emergency, and our administration has been working on evidence-based interventions to stem the tide of violence.
There are rising calls for Mayor Jim Kenney to declare a state of emergency on gun violence in Philadelphia, but he has doubled down on why he does not believe that label will change anything.
I do not believe that a local emergency declaration will have any benefit for Philadelphia. Governor Wolf and I have discussed the potential for a state order like in New York, and we will continue those discussions. But a local declaration will not unlock new funding. We've already done that.
Police giving more of a glimpse at some of the most heinous crimes the city has seen in the last week, with the shooting of a 1-year-old baby who was in his mother's arms inside a convenience store in West Philadelphia when a gunfight broke out. Mayor Jim Kenney says Philadelphia is one of 16 major cities now working with President Biden to stem the rise in gun violence, knowing every minute of every day could equal more loss of life.
We know residents are afraid to attend cookouts or go to basketball courts, afraid to let their kids play outside. I hear it on my corridor tours. I hear it in community meetings. I read your emails. I hear you, and it truly breaks my heart.
Well, while the city has seen more than 1,260 shooting victims as of July 18th, they did tout some good news here about crime gun recoveries. There have been 3,364 guns recovered off the streets of Philadelphia, and that's a 37% increase of this time last year. That's the very latest. We're live in the News Center. Natasha Brown, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
tonight to remember a 10-year-old little girl who got her hands on a gun that was supposed to be locked up. It wasn't, and that cost her her life. And now her loved ones are left to pick up the pieces. Shawnette, you spoke with her mom with a mission to raise awareness about gun safety.
Yeah, Shana, so Shaisha Gaines is fighting to stand strong. She, of course, wants to get justice for her little girl, but she also wants to try and prevent this from happening to other children.
4, 3, 2, 1. We love you!
Pink and purple balloons released at James Finnegan Playground in Southwest Philly. The favorite colors of this beautiful little girl with a bright smile, who is no longer here.
Never in a million years would I thought that this was going to happen to my daughter.
Shaisha Gaines lost her baby girl, 10-year-old Shania, July 1st. Investigators say she was shot when she got hold of an unsecured gun.
I battle myself every day asking what I could have had done differently as a mother, knowing that I did everything possible to protect my kids.
Shaisha says her daughter was with her father that day at her grandmother's house where he lived along with other family. Her uncle, Tyree Miles, is charged in connection with her death.
Be careful who you have your family, your kids around. I mean, people change. People not always going to think and feel how you think and feel. Everybody parenting is differently.
The dance and drill team Shania was part of performed in her honor this evening. Her aunt says she had a promising future.
She wanted to start doing TikToks like all the young kids are doing. You know, she wanted to have her own bakery. So, you know, my sister Shaisha, you know, is looking into trying to figure out ways to start a scholarship in her name.
Shania's mom, who has 2 other younger children, is pledging to fight for her daughter by also raising awareness about gun safety and gun violence.
The one thing I am going to do is get justice served for my daughter. And we're going to keep her name alive and prevent other children from becoming a victim of gun violence.
So it is important to note that the city does have a program where you can get a gun lock for free, no questions asked. If you need one, just go to fox29.com. Shana, of course, this is all a part of the plan to try to keep kids safe from guns.
Yeah, gun safety. You can't tell people about all of these features enough. Thank you, Shauna.